Hello there. I'm USA Today bestselling author, storyteller, and cheeky wench Susan Tisdale. I've been writing since I was a little girl, but in 2011 I published my first novel. Since then, I've hit the USA Today bestsellers list 3 times, and I've sold more than 750,000 copies of my books around the world. I'd like to welcome you to the Cheeky Wench channel, where we discuss all things writing related, from writing to publishing to marketing and everything else in between. So grab your notebooks and your favorite beverage and let's get down to it. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone this evening? Please let me know if you can hear me or not, and if you can see me. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a day, people. It's been a day. And it requires my big glasses because it's just been one of those days. Hi, Diana. Hi, Dawn, Aurora, Amy, Diana, Shannon. Hey, beautiful. Hello, everyone. Ashley and Amy. Is Ashley here? Amy and Christina. I always feel like Miss Peggy from Romper Room when I say, hello, Amy and Shannon and Christina and Dawn and Diana. I just always feel like Miss Peggy from Romper Room. Yeah, I had a headache today too. My noggin is better. It is. Thank you for asking. Oh, good. I'm glad you can see and hear me. So, there's so much to talk about. So very much to talk about. Not sure where we should start, but first let's thank you all for being here. Please don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and hit that little notification bell so you never miss one of my lives. But I think it's important that we share the video tonight because we're going to be talking about a couple of really important things. Tell us everything. You want the tea? Okay. So, let's do this. I've got deep thoughts, people. I have really deep thoughts. Yes, I'm trying to add more videos and stuff. Let's start with tropes, shall we? Well, let's start with tropes. Show of hands if you don't know what a trope is. Let me know if you do not know what a trope is. That is TROPE, as it pertains to writing. Anybody? I'm pretty sure everybody here knows what a trope is. So a trope, the premise of a book, basically. A trope. Boy meets girl. Enemies to lovers. Bad boys. Starting over, secret babies. Secret lovers. There are so many different tropes. It's ridiculous. But the trope we're going to talk about tonight is the snowed-in trope. We're an author. Yes, thank you, Diana. A trope is the theme of your novel. Okay. So let's talk about snowed-in trope. The trope snowed in. That's where two people are snowed in somewhere, and 99 times out of 10, a romance blossoms. Right? Lots of different books out there around the theme of two people snowed in together, right? Lots of different books. Lots of different books using that particular trope. Yes, Christina, right. Snowed in with one bed and a big husky bearded guy, right? That's a trope. Forced proximity. They have to be in the same place. Exactly. So anyway, there is apparently an author out there. I don't know enough about her. I don't know if she's a newbie or not. I'm going to assume that she is a newbie and just doesn't know any better. But no one owns a trope, just as no one owns a word like cocky. Okay? She's complaining that Snowygate. She's complaining that other authors out there have stolen her snowed-in trope, her snowed-in book idea. Seriously? Really? Did you honestly think you were the only person who ever came up with that idea? I want to know. Does anybody know her? Does anybody know who this author is? Yeah, it's true. She's been around a while. Then she friggin' ought to know better. Yeah, because no one's ever been snowed in. Speaking, from, experience of the 1978 blizzard that nearly killed... Never mind. If she's been around a while, then she ought to frickin' know better. She would know that that nobody owns a trope, right? And apparently, from what I've heard, the book she was accusing, the author she was accusing, somebody ran it through Grammarly, and the only thing that could be considered plagiarism was the freaking copyright page. No, I don't know her name. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to give her any more screen time because it's freaking stupid. But there is absolutely nothing that her book and the book she complained about have in common other than the trope snowed in. Right? Yeah, Dinah says she's been reading snowed in novels since she was a teen. Exactly. So my message to all authors is, nobody owns a trope. Nobody owns a word. Right? Have we not learned anything from Cockygate? I would pray that we would have learned something from Cockygate. But apparently not. Oh yeah, true. Just Google snowed in trope and you're going to find dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Yeah, I need to send her the news about Cockygate. Yeah, right? Anyway, that's what's going on in Romancelandia. That was the one thing that really did catch my attention this week. I was busy writing, like all good writers should be doing, instead of going around bitching that someone has stolen their trope. Come on. Instead of bitching about everybody else, put your butt in your chair and work, right? Put your butt in your chair and write. Just write. Okay? There's a difference. Plagiarism, you can't plagiarize a trope. That isn't plagiarism. Okay? You can't steal a trope. That you just can't. And so I post on Facebook that I own all Scottish historical romance tropes. Which, Scottish historical romance. Sorry, my feet are getting cold. That's a theme, but there's plenty of tropes inside that genre, right? Good. Yeah, soap operas. If this was the case, soap operas would have been sued daily. Exactly, Christina. You win the internet tonight. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Diana. I love dialogue. I do. I love dialogue within the book. I love everything about writing. But some of the shit that happens in Romancelandia sometimes just makes me go, whew, does this person never leave their house? I mean, I don't leave. I've got my head down all the time. I know I need to get out more. But that's not an excuse for accusing some. I just don't get it. Does anybody else get it? Anybody? Can somebody make it make sense to me? I'd rather write. Yeah, as the stomach churns. Anyway, someone needs to sit this person down and tell them, you don't own a trope. Using a trope that's been out for ever since we've been writing. That's not plagiarism. That's not stealing. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? I don't get it either, Amy. It just makes me shake my head. So we're going to do a swoop. And I have a new swoop. I have a new swoop. Let me know what you think about this swoop. I like the new swoop. I do. I like the new swoop. I do. I think it's pretty cool. I worked on that today. So, our next topic, and the most important one of the night, is the Pippa Grant lawsuit. I stand with the real Pippa Grant, not the Pippa Green who basically copied everything. All of her branding. The book covers are similar. The book titles are so similar. The book names are so similar. Everything about about Pippa Grant, the real Pippa Grant's books and the fake Pippa Green books, is so similar that it does cause confusion. Right? Now, when we think back to Cockygate, that was one of the things that She Who Shall Not Be Named kept saying was, well, there was confusion. No, there was no confusion. There was no confusion with the word cocky, right? Different books, different titles of books, different covers, different tropes, different genres, all sorts of different things. So there was no confusion, like she claimed, between her cocky series and anybody else that's got cocky in their title. It was a totally different world. Everything, if you contrast and compare what's happening today with Pippa Grant and what happened back in the day with Cockygate, there is no comparison, right? But with the Pippa Green and the Pippa Grant, there is lots of confusion. And I happen to have my hands on the official complaint. And we're going to go through it together, if y'all don't mind. Okay. So can y'all see it? Oops. Okay. You don't need to see me, you need to see it. Hi, Michaela. So anyway, what has happened is, I got to lay the foundation for this. So there are groups on Facebook and elsewhere with people teaching newer authors. I'll make it bigger here in a minute, Amy. With teaching newer authors or more established authors, teaching whoever how to copy a very successful author's branding. Not just the styles of their colors, their covers, but also with the fonts, with the actual pen name, right? I could not believe this. Well, I shouldn't have been shocked. I should not have been surprised because, scamming crap has been going on for a very long time. If there's a way to scan the system, somebody's going to figure it out and use it to their financial gain. So I don't know where I'm going to call her fake Pippa. Okay. I don't know where fake Pippa actually got all of her information or why. Well, I know why. It's all greed and money. But fake Pippa Grant, that's not even this person's real name, and we're going to get into that here in a minute, has copied basically everything that the real Pippa Grant has done. Okay? Can you read it now? Yeah, I'm not surprised anymore either. So let me know if you can read this. If not, we're just going to go through it together. So, United States District Court, Western District of Virginia. This gives me much pleasure. It's Bang Laugh Love LLC. That's who Pippa Grant writes for. Is suing Bree Varag and Monique McDonald, collectively known as Pippa Green. Okay, so we have Grant and Green. And I don't care who you are, those two things are really, really close. Really, really close. And that, just the names alone, are so similar that it can cause confusion. So, complaint for trademark infringement, counterfeit trademark, and unfair competition. Plaintiff, Big Bang Love LLC, by and through its undersigned counsel. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. Hang on. Okay. I've got to talk about this for a second. Okay. Who watched the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial? Anybody? Anybody? That's why one of my books was delayed, because I was glued to the TV. If you remember the Amber Heard Johnny Depp case, do you all remember the name Ben Rottenborn? Rottenborn was apparently Amber Heard's original attorney, but he got kicked out, thrown under the bus by Elaine. But he is, a damn good attorney. He's Pippa Grant's attorney. See what I'm doing? Pippa Green, Pippa Grant. I am confusing the two in my own brain. Okay? You see what's going on here. Rottenborn is Pippa Grant, the real Pippa's attorney. This brings me great joy, because I know he's a damn good attorney. So let's go back to this. And I'm sorry for interrupting. Where are we at here? There we go. I got to put my readers back on. So anyway, plaintiff Bang Laugh Love, by and through its undersigned counsel, Rottenborn, hereby files this complaint against defendants Bree Varag, is it Varag or Varag, and Monique McDonald, who co-write under the name Pippa Green. In support of his complaint, plaintiff alleges and states as follows. Nature of action. Plaintiff brings this action for infringements of its federally registered trademarks in violations of Section 32 of the Lanham Act, and for unfair competition in violation of Section 43 of the Lanham Act, and alleges that defendants are liable for counterfeiting, which they have done, trademark infringement, and unfair competition, and violations of the common laws of the Commonwealth of Virginia by the defendants. Okay? So what Pippa Grant's, I gotta quit calling her Pippa Grant, the real Pippa, what her attorneys are saying is that the fake Pippa is liable for counterfeiting, trademark infringement, and unfair competition and violations of the common laws, blah, blah, blah. So what they're alleging is that the fake Pippa just stole everything, from the real Pippa's name to the font styles on her covers to the everything on the covers. The font styles, the titles are eerily similar. The cover art is just damn near mirror images. It's just freaking ridiculous. Plaintiff Big Bang Love is a corporation organized insisting blah 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 under Colorado with its principal place in Denver, and its owner for the trademark Pippa Grant. She has trademarked her own name. That was very smart. And I'm glad she did that, because that just gives more, it solidifies her case in my mind. And again, I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. We're just talking about this stuff, okay? So, Pippa Grant, that name is trademarked. So I can't come out next week with a pen name of Pippa Grant. I would not do that. That's just freaking ridiculous. But apparently the fake Pippa didn't see that there was a problem with that, and they kind of ran with it. Upon information and belief, defendant is an individual residing in Virginia with an address of, and defendant Vera co-writes under the pen name Pippa Green. So we have two supposed authors, Monique McDonnell and Bree Varag, who collectively write together as Pippa Green. Okay? We'll skip over jurisdiction. Okay, factual background. BLL, that's Bang Laugh Love, is the owner of that trademark. Pippa Grant BLL has been engaged in the drafting, publishing, marketing, advertising, and sale of audiobooks and downloadable electronic books in the field of fiction on a variety of topics in International Class 009 and printed series of fiction books, blah, since at least as early as October 30th, 2017. Write that date down, because that's going to be important later. Pippa Grant has been trademarked since around that time. Okay, so for 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years, 5-6 years. BLL's sales, marketing, and advertising have been conducted via the Pippa Grant website and other social media use, as well as through Amazon, its subsidiaries, blah, 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 blah. So they do have the actual trademark and when it took place. So Pippa Grant trademarked her name, or else her publisher did, in August of 2019. Are y'all with me so far? Yes, it is. Elaine. Relevant goods associated with the Pippa Grant mark include books in the subgenre of romantic comedy fiction with ice hockey and baseball themes. Keep that in mind as well. Oh, do I have a mint? Ignore me. I'm trying to find a mint. So Pippa primarily writes romantic comedy with ice hockey and baseball themes. Through vision, dedication, and hard work over many years, BLL has built a successful business in connection with the Pippa Grant mark. The ice hockey theme is the same subgenre associated with Pippa Grant mark that first launched Pippa Grant branded books to the top 10 on the Kindle charts in February of 2019. These years of hard work further resulted in Pippa Grant branded books reaching the top 60 on the USA Today bestsellers list in May of 2019. So on and so forth. So Pippa Grant is very well known. That's what they're establishing in this first part of the complaint, is how well known Pippa Grant is to readers around the world. Is that making sense? They're laying that foundation for just how popular she really truly is. And she is. Okay? She's no dummy, and she has sold a shit ton of books. And pardon my potty mouth. I've been talking to my brothers lately, and I kind of picked up some bad habits. So anyway, we all know that Pippa Grant, the real Pippa, has been around since 2017. 2019 is when she started to hit it big. That's when she trademarked her name. It's her ice hockey and baseball series that is her claim to fame, right? Now, as far as tropes go, anybody can write ice hockey romance. Anybody can write baseball romance, right? We got no problem with that. As we've already established earlier, nobody owns a trope. But in this case, Pippa Grant owns her name and the business that she has established. Let's keep moving on. So she's everywhere. Let's scroll down here. The Pippa Grant mark has been continuously and consistently used in commerce since at least 2017 for each of the listed goods in the registrations. A substantial goodwill developed in association with the Pippa Grant mark as a source identifier of those goods across the United States. In addition to the above trademark registration, BLL owns common law rights in the Pippa Grant mark based on continuous and exclusive use of those marks through the Pippa Grant website and other social media use, as well as selling of goods bearing the Pippa Grant mark since at least 2017. Okay, so that's establishing who she is. She's famous. Defendant's wrongful conduct adopting and using the internationally confusing Pippa Green mark. This is where the confusion comes in. We have Pippa Grant, we have Pippa Green. Okay? That in itself is bad enough. What really pisses me off is the fake Pippa has been a member of the real Pippa's Facebook group page since April of 2021. Anyone else find this odd? Anyone? Is it just me? Just me? Anyone else find that odd? That a member of the real Pippa's Facebook fans group, reader group, whatever she calls it, has to look out on her own using stuff that's not only eerily similar, but it's confusingly similar to the real Pippa's trademark stuff. I know, right? It is crazy. Let's go back to this. So here we can see, can you guys see this? Yeah, okay. So here we can see that Monique McDonald was a member of the PIP squad since April 5th of 2021. Defendants started the Pippa Green author page on Goodreads in late April of 2021. Huh. Wonders never cease. I find that rather odd. Started the Pippa Green author page on Goodreads in late April 2021, a web page that continues to be available to the public. Exhibit C. Okay, so let's scroll down to Exhibit C. It's going to be way at the end, maybe. Do they have the exhibits listed separately? No. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Defendants began co-writing under the Pippa Green name and publishing, marketing, advertising, and selling ebooks on June 5th of 2021 and printed books on February 18th of 2022. Defendant's Pippa Green mark is used in connection with books in the same subgenre as Pippa Grant's mark, okay? Romantic comedy fiction with sports or ice hockey themes. Pippa Grant website excerpts from the series Copper Valley Thrusters. Let's see. Can I get there? Okay, hang on. Okay. Didn't think that would happen. Let's go back. I didn't know that was a link. Oh my goodness. Shame on me. Am I prepared? Am I professional? Hell yes. Always. Always prepared. Always professional. God help me. So let's go down here. Defendants. Okay. Defendants began co-writing under the Pippa Green name. Amazon product page for Hot Shot paperback, which is similar to Pippa Grant. Sorry. Okay. Defendant's Pippa Green mark is used in conjunction with books in the same subgenre, romantic comedy fiction with the sports or ice theme. When the first book by defendants entitled Hot Shot was first published in association with the Pippa Green mark, the book featured a main character named Grant, which is also the second word of the Pippa Grant mark. Odd. On October 15, 2021, an Amazon customer review for defendant's book entitled Second Shot that was published in association with Pippa Grant states, I have read other books by Pippa Grant. Okay? This shows reader confusion. But this is the first one in this series that I have read. They are all based in the same universe, but can be read individually, which is nice. Okay? So already we've got confusion going on. Yet, as of October 15, 2021, defendant has not published books under the Pippa Green pen name for any series other than the Minnesota Raiders series. On September 14th, 2022, the Reading Bohemian blog posted a list of multiple book titles by Pippa Green and then stated, my goals for this week are to post a review for each book, but I'm going to lump the Pippa Grant books together because they are from the same series. So we've got a whole, not only are readers confused, but bloggers are confused, vloggers are confused, everybody is confused, okay? There's just too much of a similarity with the name. But there is so much more to this. As of at least the year 2019, Defendant McDonald offered services as an expert consultant in branding, marketing, and technology aspects for the writing profession, including providing an overview of what you need to know to kickstart your author business. Exhibit K, screenshot of Get Social Right Now, offering to answer questions including confused about how to build your author platform, wondering what your author brand is, why you need social media, a newsletter, or a logo. So she's teaching other people how to do this. On September 20th, plaintiff, that's the real Pippa, was informed by a staff member of the Better Faster Academy that Defendant McDonald gave a pen name workshop. I didn't know this because I hadn't read the whole thing. So we're learning this together. The fake. On September 20th, 2022, plaintiff, that's the real Pippa, was informed by a staff member of the Better Faster Academy that Defendant McDonald gave a pen name workshop at a national writing conference in Australia in August of 2022. Defendant McDonald's August 2022 workshop detailed how to conduct research in specific targeted subgenres of the romance market in order to develop and find success with new right-to-market pen names. On September 26, plaintiff, through its counsel, provided defendants with formal notice of the trademark infringement by way of a cease and desist letter, blah, blah, blah. As early as October 17th, 2022, defendants rebranded the Pippa Green mark to Eden Dunn. So they've changed it. They've gone from Pippa Green to Eden Dunn. On November 1st, 2022, defendants announced the rebrand to the members of the previous email distribution list for Pippa Green, stating that the Raiders and Rattlesnakes are back and that we've rebranded. The email announcement went on to state, you originally signed up when we were co-writing under a different name, but we're rebranding and relaunching under the name Eden Dunn. In this email announcement, defendants used the exact same cover art and associated trade dress from the Pippa Green books, including but not limited to the same fonts and colors in Eden Dunn. So really, they're not rebranding anything. They're just changing their name. Defendants repeated references to rebranding in their email announcement on social media in combination with the Pippa Green trade dress and book titles created an association with and forever linked the Pippa Green mark and the Eden Dun mark in the minds of consumers. On this point, despite adopting Eden Dun as a pen name in October of 2022, consumers continue to confuse the Pippa Green mark with the registered Pippa Grant mark. For example, plaintiff was contacted in June of 2023 by a consumer via the official Pippa Grant email address, inquiring about where to find the Minnesota Raiders series written by the defendants. Overlapping goods channels, trade and consumers. Am I boring the hell out of you? I hope nobody is bored. And I agree. Dinah says what they did to Pippa Grant hurts my designer's heart. Teaching people to steal other people's work is so nefarious. Well, it's not just nefarious. It's friggin' wrong. Style is one thing, like girls or kills on covers, but teaching pen name copying, and that's basically what this is. Okay, you're going to go out and you're going to find somebody, who is famous. It'd be like, okay, Nora Roberts. It'd be like me I'm going to come in and I'm going to write paranormal romance, and my name will be Nora Robbins. Right? It's the same damn thing. I'm writing in her genre. My new pen name is Nora Robbins. How freaking confused. Well, people know Nora Roberts is the Nora Roberts. But how confusing would it be if I had if I just copied everything that Nora Roberts does, from the style of her covers to the fonts that she uses, etc., etc. There's no difference. Everybody can see it for what it is. I would be vilified, and I'd probably be hunted down with pitchforks and torches. Sorry, headache right here. I got this headache right here. It's driving me freaking nuts. So basically, that's what this boils down to. Yeah, Nora Rogers. That wouldn't be at all confusing, would it? Yeah. Drunken Smurf. Hey, Smurf. It'd be like me publishing under the nom de plume J.R. Rowling. It's the same friggin' thing, right? Yeah, it's thieving no matter how it looks. So anywho, on this point, okay, we already read that. Plaintiff engages with customers intrastate, interstate, and international commerce through book sales via Amazon. Blah, blah, blah. Kindle Unlimited, and through the Pippa Grant website. I wonder if I can open link a new tab. Okay. We might compare these here soon. Okay, so with links to Amazon for purchasing Pippa Grant branded books, BLL also markets its books via social media and through in-person appearances and book signings. Defendants also engage with customers in interstate, and international commerce, blah, blah, blah. With links to Amazon for purchasing Pippa Green branded books through the Pippa Green newsletter, which is still live and accessible. Let's go see what this takes us to. Oh! Well, look what we have here. Hang on. Can you see this? This is Pippa Green's, the fake Pippa's website, or the newsletter where you can sign up. And there is, I will grant you, a significant difference between their landing page and Pippa Grant, the real Pippa Grant's website. This is nice. I like this. This is a really good website. Oh, wow. Okay. So there we have that. Sorry. Share this tab instead. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. Because we all know that's how I roll. I get distracted, and I apologize. Okay. Let's get back here. Which is still live and accessible. Pippa Green branded ebooks were available and on sale through the Pippa Green website and on Amazon through October 19th, 2022, and at least one Pippa Green branded printed book is still for sale on Amazon. Defendants similarly marked their Pippa Green branded books via social media, including Facebook, and through in-person appearances and book signings. The Pippa Green branded books are categorized in the same subgenre of romantic fiction with a sports or ice hockey theme as those sold under the Pippa Grant mark. Plaintiff and defendants both market and sell their books to the same consumers through the same channels of trade. Defendants' use of the confusingly similar and nearly identical Pippa Green mark is spurious. I love that word, spurious. I do. Unauthorized and infringing. Defendants' use of the Pippa Green mark on goods categorized in the same subgenre. I think I need to take a drink. Subgenre of romantic comedy fiction with a sports or ice hockey theme was directed to the same customer base using marketing strategies that mirrored those of BLL / The Real Pippa. The more I read, the more pissed off I get, by the way. Defendants' foregoing use of the Pippa Green mark has led to confusion in the minds of the consumers regarding the source of the Pippa Green branded goods and has deceived consumers into believing that Pippa Green is the same as affiliated with, sponsored by, licensed by, or approved by, or otherwise connected with Pippa Grant. Yeah. So this was all done, in my mind, intentionally. This was all done on purpose. This was planned out and thought out. I don't know how much she's asking yet. Let's get to that, drunken smurf. We'll just go down here. We'll go down here and find out. What are they asking? Prayer for relief. Wherefore, BLL, the real Pippa, respectfully demands the following relief. Entering a judgment that plaintiff's registered Pippa Grant trademark has been and continues to be infringed by defendant in violation of. Entering a judgment that defendant's use of Pippa Green and Eden Dunn marks constitute federal unfair competition. Blah. Entering a judgment in that the defendant's use of Pippa Green and Eden Dunn mark constitutes common law trademark infringement and common law unfair competition. So, permanently enjoining and restraining defendants and each of their agents, representatives, employees, blah, 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 any persons in privity or active concert or participation with any of them from using the Pippa Green and Eden Dunn marks alone or in combination with other word symbols, blah, blah, blah. They also want defendants to transfer ownership rights in any domain names that include the names Pippa, Pippa Green, and or Eden Dunn. Oh, that's good. Pursuant to directing defendants to file with the court and serve on plaintiff within 30 days. Requiring defendants and all others acting under defendant's authority at their cost be required to deliver up and destroy all devices, literature, advertising, labels, and other materials in the possession bearing the infringing designation. Awarding the plaintiff the defendant's profits and all damages sustained by the plaintiff as a result of defendant's acts of infringement and unfair competition, and accounting of said profits together with prejudgment interest pursuant to. So that could be a lot of money. They don't give us a dollar amount yet. A finding that this case is exceptional in accordance with blah blah in that defendants spuriously adopted a counterfeit and infringing trademark, having constructive notice on plaintiff's registered trademark and actual notice by way of Amazon takedown notices, and therefore the court should award plaintiff treble damages, awarding plaintiff costs of the action and awarding plaintiffs its reasonable attorney fees, any such further relief as this court may deem just and proper. So basically what they want, I'm so sorry, I should have had that up there. I apologize. So what they want her to quit using Pippa Green and Eden Dunn. They want it all destroyed. Anything she has with, or they have with those names on it, they want it destroyed. They want any URL, domain that has Pippa Green, Eden Dunn in it. They want the ownership of that transferred to the real Pippa. And loss of money, which has not been established yet. Well, I tend to agree with you, Drunken Smurf. However, we've all seen Stranger Things, right? Exactly. Aurora makes a very good point, and I have to agree with it. It's probably why she joined the real Pippa's group, so she could plot and plan and lay low while she created all this mess. Exactly. Oh, Christina's going to be Susie Tyndall. I freaking love that. I love that. Okay. Does this woman realize how much she's actually going to lose by receiving a negative outcome? She's got to be missing some smarts. I don't know that she's missing some smarts there. I think this is all motivated by greed, and nothing stopping them from coming up with a completely new pen name, nom de plume, and just starting over, right? But I think they could, if they're scammers, like I think they are, they're just going to basically learn from this case and maybe try to fix any mistakes they made in the first go. Oh, my audio keeps cutting out. I'm sorry. Is this better? True, and the asking for a jury trial in this matter makes it a dice roll instead of a straight up slam dunk. Well, part of me is really tempted to move to Virginia so I could be on the jury. D. Scott says, I'll be Swoozy Tintile. Y'all are killing me. What's this say? Swizzy has his name trademarked. You all make me laugh. So, I don't know what's going to come of this. It's still early days, but I find it interesting, and I love the fact that Rottenborn, he laid these facts out so clearly and so succinctly. Not as much snark as I hoped for, because I too am like the Emily D. Baker. I bow before her. And I love snarky pleadings and complaints and motions. I do. I love the snark. But it's going to be interesting to follow this. It really is. Well, she could try to settle out of court for an undisclosed amount. Who knows? But I think, and I do not know Pippa Grant at all. I've only recently friended her, and I sent her a message saying I support you. And really what I really wanted to truly say was, it's about damn time somebody did this. Because we all know stuff like this has been going on for a while. But I am going to follow this case very closely. And I do stand with Pippa Grant, the real Pippa. I do. Because when you work so hard building your brand, I mean, several years, okay, that she spent building her brand, And we've talked about building your brand on here all the time. Okay, we've talked about it repeatedly. This is what I want you to not do, is copy somebody else's brand, right? But Pippa Grant, the real Pippa, has spent all these years building up her brand to become famous, to become widely known in the genres that she writes in and the subgenres. It was a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. This ain't easy. We all know this ain't easy. This is hard work, damn it. Most of the time it's fun, but sometimes it's just hard work. And she has spent years building up a brand only to have someone come along, join her Facebook group page, and steal everything that she worked hard to do. That's what pisses me off. The real Pippa put in all this work building her brand, developing it, fine-tuning it, making it as spectacular as it is, and some idiot comes along, or idiots in this case, and just they steal it. They just steal it. They didn't put any effort. What did they do? It was a copy and paste. That's basically what it is. They changed the last 3 letters of a name from Grant to Green. That's all they freaking did. Everything else they stole. Now, they may have written the books themselves. I don't see any accusations of plagiarism. I don't see any accusations of stealing a trope. Thank you, sweet Jesus. But they didn't put in the work. They're just writing the coattails of somebody who put in all the hard work. BLL is not the thief. BBL, it's BLL. Who is BBL, Diane? Oh. Anyway, the fake Pippa will be known forever for her thieving. Their thieving and... Thank you, Shannon. BLL is Grant's attorney. Oh, could be. Hang on. Let's go back. I didn't read that bottom part. Who is the fake... Who is the fake? I don't have it yet. Who is the fake Pippa's attorney? Because the real Pippa's attorney is Rottenborn, which makes me very happy. Okay, so... IL Bar. Why are these people in Illinois? Oh... I'm going to have to do some more look into that. Sorry. We had another scroll. Sorry about that. Yes, well, it starts with, okay, Bang Laugh Love. That is Pippa Grant, the real Pippa's publishing company. Okay? BLL. So the plaintiffs are, and it even gets confusing in the frickin' reading, Bree Vrog and Monique McDonald, collectively known as Pippa Green. Okay? I don't see a mention of their LLC. By the way, love the glass frames. They become you. Oh, thank you. I think I got these on Zlul. Yeah, leeches. Definitely. Leeches. Yeah, it did. Bree Vrog, I can't even pronounce her name. But anyway, I hope you all found this as interesting as I did and do. I really am going to follow this case closely. It is confusing. It is. I mean, you saw me get confused. Of course, you know I'm always confused. I live in a perpetual state of confusion. Therefore, when things begin to make sense, I get a little frightened. Just putting that out there. But they are so similar. Now, had the fake Pippa written something entirely different from romantic comedy, sports stuff, and maybe written procedurals or sci-fi or what have you, then we wouldn't be here, right? Because there is no confusion because the genres are so clearly different. But there's lots of confusion on this, and I can see where it happened. And Oh yeah, I will be keeping everybody posted on this, and I think it's going to be a while before we have an answer. Yeah, it is. It's an investment from the first word written. Exactly. For someone to come along and step on your back to get what you've invested in for years is just sickening, not to mention plain lazy. I agree. I agree. Anyway, it is 7:30, and I need to go fetch some more Advil because I've got this right here. It's weird. Just and even the top of my head is tender. And I don't remember hitting my head, but that means absolutely nothing. Because we all know, especially those of you who have met me in person, that I'm about as graceful as a three-legged goat. So I very well could have hit head on something and remember, because I'm constantly tripping over things, tripping over air bubbles. Yes, I trip over air bubbles every day. I've actually ran into doors before in the middle of the night, not realizing it was partially opened, and just nailed myself like. Yeah, I'm not very graceful. Go forth and fetch thine Advil. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, Drunken Smurf. Anyway, I just want to thank you all so very much for being here tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you to the replay crew, for those of you coming in after the live to watch. It means everything to us. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. All your questions to tisdale.com. Anyway, I will see you here next Wednesday. May your coffee cup never run dry. May your underwear not ride up the crack of the aughts. And may your muse sing to you sweetly this week. I love you all. I think you're all amazing. And I just wish nothing but my mouse died. My mouse died. What happened to my mouse? Oh, there it is. Sorry, it didn't die. Anyway, I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.